Testing. Hello, and welcome to the second part of KSP Career Mode. I'm just double checking that everything is live. Hopefully you didn't just hear my voice again. I just had the stream open here, if you did. Yeah, so I figured I would continue what I started in my last stream, which was a career mode, I guess, run. What am I doing here? Resume saved, and I want to go to live stream career mode. I'm starting a couple minutes early here just to get things set up. But I won't really be doing anything for another couple minutes, just so people have time to shuffle in if they want. But I am just going to kind of think about where I'm at here. Mission control. Explore the moon is currently an active mission that I have. I think this is just flyby. Flyby, gather scientific data, return to Kerbin. Yeah, so this is a pretty straightforward mission, which I would think I can probably accomplish using just what I have here, pretty simply. If I have a look at... Am I starting where I last left off? Yes. Yeah. So, the last mission that I had in the last stream was to explore the moon. So that'll be where I'm starting here. So my very first thing I have to do here is to build a moon rocket. So not necessarily land on the moon, not yet anyway, but at least fly by the moon. So, and to do that is not particularly difficult. It's just, it's going to be a bit more difficult than what I've been doing. So this has a crew capacity of 2, which might be useful because if I take a scientist along... So I only really need the pilot, but if I take a scientist along, they can reset experiments. So I can reuse the same experiments, which might be good. Does this have a spot for a parachute, I wonder? Does the parachute just snap right on top? It does! Oh, I like that. What is this? Navigation light. Yeah, I'll need some of these. Maybe. I'll need some kind of light anyway. I think that would be under... I guess it would be under utilities. Do I not have lights yet? Well, I'll need that for landing anyway. I won't necessarily need that for just a flyby. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the 2-person capsule so that I can take which one's the scientist? Bob? I think Bob's the scientist. I'm going to take him along. So what am I looking for here? So, coming back from the moon, I'm definitely going to need a heat shield, because I'm going to be going pretty quick. I'm only going to put on like half the ablator, because I don't need the full amount. I'm going to do a decoupler. Yeah, those are just the bigger ones, right? Yeah. Decoupler. And then here's where I'm going to need all my science stuff. So... what I'm going to do is put one of those... I can never remember which category anything is in. Cargo, no. Utility, no. Payload. Yes, service bay. That's what I want. So I can stick all of my sciencey things in here. I'm also going to be taking a science junior. So I'm going to have one of these guys. I think that's pretty centered, actually. Could do with scooching over here a bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna need the barometer right there. I'm going to need the thermometer, like so. And I guess that's all the science that I actually have right now. But on a mission to the moon, even just those few things is a good amount of science to collect. I actually have a milkshake here, which isn't the best thing for talking. But that's what I got. Communication, I don't actually know if I really need a communications thing. Is this going to take you to the moon or orbit? It should. I mean, both. I'll have to go into orbit, and then it should take me onto the moon after that, so that's what I'm hoping, anyway. Do I need 3? I'm just trying to think about what I actually need to reach the moon. Actually, I'm going to name this Moon Ship 1. So again, this isn't going to land, it's just going to orbit the moon briefly, and then I'm going to head back. Actually, I might not even need the swivel engine, something like the Terrier. Engine ISP is 345 in vacuum, this one's 320. Okay, so it's not actually much different. I might just stick with that one. So, you'll need a decoupler again. And then, actually, oops, clicked out of the game. I don't actually have any bigger engines. So, I was thinking I might use some bigger fuel tanks, but I don't actually have the engines for that. So, everything's gonna have to stay small still. And then I'm going to I do want to make sure that this thing can actually reach the moon, but we will see. It's very tall. Yeah. So, is this enough to reach the moon? I think it is. But I'm not sure. I'm just trying to think here. What else I could add that might just kind of... Like, should I add another fuel tank? Like, maybe another fuel tank to the bottom? Fuel tanks, here we go. Like so. if we take... And I'm going to throw some aerodynamic nose cones. Like that. Actually, I might throw a couple of winglets on here for stability. It's always good to have. Yep. This might do it, it might not. Because you really don't need that much just to orbit the moon. Oops, sorry. That made a weird noise. How did the astronauts get to the moon if they had to detach the lower stages? Did they just let gravity take them there? Hey, sorry for joining late. Yeah, no problem. I didn't really do anything yet. Just trying to remember what I'm gonna need to reach the moon. How did the astronauts get to the moon if they had to detach the lower stages? Did they just let gravity take them there? Well, the reason they detach the lower stages is because the fuel's used up. So they detach the lower stages and then they continue on with the upper stages. So like it's not like they don't have an engine anymore or anything like that. It's just that each stage has a smaller and smaller fuel tank and smaller engine. It's called the rocket equation. Basically, the more you want to lift, the more fuel you're going to need to lift it, but then you need more fuel to lift that fuel and so on, which is why as you empty fuel tanks, you get rid of them and keep going with smaller and smaller ones. But yeah, it's not so much gravity that's taking them there, it's just their velocity. Because once you speed up in space, you just keep going. Like, you don't need to actively propel yourself. So, like on Earth, the atmosphere and the ground would slow you down. I might just try this just like a test run because this might actually be enough. I do want to make sure that I got Bob. I don't really need Bill. The engineers are for like fixing certain things that can break, like your tires can pop and things like that. That's what the engineers are for. The scientists will let you reset your experiments so that you can reuse them. So they're actually pretty valuable to have. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything here because I'm very bad for that. But I think I'm good. I think I am good. The only other thing I might need is like a solar panel would be nice to make sure I don't run out of power. I might even just slap on a couple of batteries just to make sure that I don't run out of power, because that would obviously not be ideal. I might just like stick them in there like that. Will the doors still close? Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna do a test launch here. Oh no! The vehicle assembly building can't support vessels over 30 parts. How many parts is this? 33 out of 30. Oh. Well, I can ditch these fins. And I can ditch... I really don't need the communications because I'm going to be bringing it all back. So that should work. Won't be active in the chat for a few minutes. That's okay. Depending on how this goes, this is either going to be a test run or it's just going to be the mission. if it ends up working well. So yeah, the goal is to orbit the moon. Not necessarily to land or anything like that. Just Once I successfully orbit the moon, my next mission will probably be to land. Most likely. Oof. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is this... Something... Okay. Something not good just happened. I don't know what. I wasn't actually watching. I figured it was going to be pretty straightforward. I'm guessing this command module doesn't have stability assist. I mean, I have a pilot here, so he should be able to do that. Do the outer engines need wings? That helps with stability, although I don't usually put them forward and backward. Like if they were sticking out the front and the back, that would help with the side-to-side stability, but I don't know why it started veering forward like that. Because I don't think my weight distribution is off. I'm just gonna... It might have just been a weird fluke. I'm just gonna launch it again and see what happens. No, it's doing it again. Oh, it's going the other way now. What? Okay, what I'm going to do is go back to vehicle assembly. And I'm going to throw on one of these. Oh, it's just the tiny one. I'm guessing that this pod doesn't have... Because like this pod has reaction wheels, right? This pod... Oh, this pod actually even has a small built-in heat shield. Coupler. Yeah, this doesn't have any reaction wheels. So I would need... And I don't have like RCS, like the, you know, stability thrusters yet, so my only option is literally to use this. I guess I could stick it like above the parachute maybe. Like that. I can see if that works. Although that doesn't feel like it's going to be strong enough. I might end up just having to... I'm using the right engine here. Swivel. Yep. I'm actually going to limit the thrust of these to, let's do 70%. That did for both. Yep. Oh, over 30 parts. Right. What can I get rid of? I mean, I don't really need those nose cones. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how much that thing's gonna do it, but we will see. Okay. So far, so good. I might need more boosters. In fact, I'm probably going to need more boosters. Oh, wait, no, it's not firing. It's... The middle engine's not even firing. Save. Because that's going to really affect the stability. Man, it's a good thing this isn't eating into the budget. Yeah, I mean, you can play without reverting. Like, you can play... Well, actually, yeah, each of these launches, because I wouldn't be able to recover all the parts without destroying it, but... There are, like, difficulty settings, so you can disable reverting, but if you do that, then you better be good at designing spaceships. Welcome back, Burger 821. I have a feeling this is going to be more than enough to get to the moon, but we will see. What happened to the nose cones for the boosters? I had to sacrifice them. Oh, okay. Oh, I was thinking that this was going to be a failure, but no. We're good. I had to sacrifice them because I needed to add a stability assist thingy, and it made me go over the max parts. And the nose cones are nice to have, but they're not required, so they got axed. The ship thrust is a little underpowered because I'm kind of falling over faster than I should be. But we'll get to space. Will we get to the moon? Probably. Go up to about 80, cut it off there, and then once I'm above the atmosphere, I'm going to go full throttle. Actually, where is the moon? Okay, it's almost in the right position. I'm a little concerned about the amount of fuel. I really don't think this is going to be enough, but I'm going to go as far as I can just to see how much fuel I'm going to have to add. Why do some crew modules come back to Earth in the ocean? Why don't they land them on land? The main reason for this is accuracy. So, like, when you're landing a ship from space, right, you can only be so accurate. I mean, obviously, if you've ever seen, like, SpaceX landing their boosters, it's possible to be incredibly accurate these days, but, you know, back in the day, it was kind of harder to be accurate, especially when we're talking about, like, going to and from the moon and things. My guess would be the water's easier to hit and potentially minimize any damage from landing. Yeah, so it's less about the spacecraft and it's more about the space that you have to land in. So if you ever notice, the Russians always land on land. So Russian capsules are always designed to land on land because when coming back from space, the Russians basically have all of Siberia to land in without hitting anyone or anything. So, and then that makes it a lot easier to recover. So that's what they do. But the Americans, they always land in the water because, you know, the continental United States is a lot more populated, so if they tried to land on land, they're much more likely to hit something. And because, you know, they have Navy bases on, you know, both oceans, they can very quickly recover something that lands in the ocean, whereas the Russians, they don't really have that same sort of naval power. You know, Russia's access to the ocean is pretty limited compared to the United States, so for them, landing on land and recovering things over land is just a lot easier. And for the Americans, landing in water is easier. That's really all there is to it. So this mission is definitely not going to make it. I am low on fuel. I have enough fuel to get into orbit, but that's it. Not enough to get to the moon. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go back to the drawing board here. And I don't think I can actually reach the moon with the 30-part limitation, if I'm being honest. Unless I really start, like, sacrificing any sort of stability, getting more boosters here. That might help. Are these 70%? Yeah, I might leave that at 70. And then I'll probably need another fuel tank. Up here. Actually, what I'm going to do is probably get rid of a fuel tank on the bottom section because it was kind of struggling, and then just keep more fuel up top here. And then no, you stay up there. Yeah. So I'm gonna see if this makes a difference. There's a lot of trial and error in this game, especially if you're like me and you haven't played it played it very much in a while. The more you play it, the more you're kind of like able to just kind of intuitively be like, yep, this is enough to reach the moon. But as it is right now, I'm not quite there. Goodness, 4 boosters, yeah. Bringing out the big guns. I mean, generally, if you just keep strapping on more boosters, eventually your ship will be able to get to where it needs to go. Like, I'm already gaining altitude much, much quicker. I'm gonna wait a little longer to turn over so that I'm not as deep in the atmosphere. Is it possible to get to a planet in one stage in this game if you put enough boosters and fuel? It is definitely possible to get to other planets in one stage. I'd say it's less about boosters and fuel because you're just gonna It is very hard to get a traditional rocket into space in one stage. Like, let alone to another planet. But if you build, say, a space plane, space planes use a lot less fuel to actually get into space. So you can definitely build a space plane that's capable of reaching space and then traveling to another planet and then traveling back. Like, that's completely possible. And I mean, I'm sure it is possible to get to another planet with a normal rocket, but it's one of those things that's... You would never do that unless it was just for the challenge. Like, there's no practical reason to do that. But I mean, I'm sure... I mean, everyone's pretty much done everything in this game that's possible, so I wouldn't put it... I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not even sure if this is going to reach. It's definitely better. It just needs to get into orbit. If it can just get into orbit, that's already most of the way to the moon. The amount of fuel needed to get to the moon once you're already in orbit around the planet is like nothing. But getting into orbit itself is quite difficult. I mean, this can definitely get into orbit. It's just a question of, will I have any fuel left over to actually reach the moon after that? And it's looking like... I really don't think that's going to be enough, but I'm going to try it anyway. Just so that I know. Career mode is very hard in the beginning because the parts are so small. You know, you have to build these like ridiculously tall and unstable rockets. Once you start to unlock more of the bigger parts and the bigger engines and things and bigger fuel tanks, it's a lot easier to just slap on a big fuel tank and a big engine and then go to where you need to go. I must be... The moon is just about to come over the horizon. I think. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's see where this takes me. How far? It's actually going to be very close. Oh. Oh no. I'm there. The question is, will I be able to get back? And actually, my return trajectory has me hitting the planet, so it's not the best, but I can actually work with this. I can do this, and it'll satisfy the conditions. So I might as well do it. More money and more science to unlock more things. It'll get them more experience too. Because when your pilots level up, you get more options for them to automatically point. So right now I can have them point prograde or retrograde, but then there are other directions that are useful to have them automatically stabilize the ship toward, so you unlock more of those. I don't remember what scientists do when they level up, or engineers for that matter. I'm getting pretty close. And then as soon as I cross over here... Oh, I crossed over faster than I was expecting. Oh, no. My periapsis is not... Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be intercepted by the moon right now. What? Oh, there we go, there we go. That was weird. It just didn't happen for a second. But yeah, so now actually my periapsis is fine. So I'm only going to be high above the moon, but I can still collect the science. I can still collect all that science. So let's do a crew report. Keep. And then let's do the goo. Keep. Then let's do the temperature. Keep. Then let's do the barometer. Keep. And then let's do the science junior. And keep. Okay, so now Bob is going to do an EVA report. And keep that. And then he is going to go and collect all the science. Collect. And his thing, because he's a scientist, he can restore it. Although I won't actually get close enough to the moon to do the second thing, so he doesn't really need to bother with restoring it, though I might have him do it anyway. Collect the goo canister data and restore that, and then collect the temperature data, and then collect the barometer data, and then actually I will also get him to collect the crew report, and then he will store the experiments, and then he will head back inside. I think this is the side he came out, yeah. Come on, let me in. Board. No, come on, let me in. Let me in. There we go. Okay. So, I actually just got a lot of science. That's very good. If I was able to get closer to the moon, I would be able to basically double my science, because I could do all the experiments again, but just a bit closer. But I can't, because I don't have the fuel. So basically all there is left to do now is to head home, cash in my science, get my money for... So yeah, I got fly by the moon, gather scientific data. I have to actually recover it though. So we will see. Hopefully this is accurate and my periapsis is inside the atmosphere. Otherwise this is going to be not so good. Okay, we're good. So what I am actually going to do is I'm going to just raise my periapsis with what little fuel I have left. I think that was it. Yep, out of fuel. Just because you want it to be as kind of shallow an angle as possible, because the steeper the angle that you fall into the atmosphere, the more atmosphere you'll hit while still going fast, and the more things will heat up, and it's not so good. But yeah, so this is actually... I'm actually done with this. Am I still in orbit? Yep. Well, I'm in orbit around Kerbin now. Right there. So I was orbiting the moon. Well, actually, I wasn't orbiting the moon. I flew by the moon for like a minute, and now I'm heading back home. I could try to redo my experiments now that I'm high above Kerbin. 8.2 science is not terrible. Let's see, will this give me any more? No. Will this one give me any more? No. Will the goo canister give me any more? A little bit. Keep that. I can do another crew report. Whatever. Doesn't really give me anything. I could try another EVA report. Doesn't give me anything. So yeah, I'll just go collect these. Once you do an experiment in a specific spot, you can't really do it there again and get very much science. Collect data, and then collect data. Are you worried about your ship's heat shields? Not really. It's more so just a precaution. You want to try and hit the atmosphere not too steep to minimize heat as much as possible, but I should be fine either way. It shouldn't be an issue. So now, when I return... Because yeah, I am hitting the atmosphere fairly steep here. Like, I'm heading like straight down. Which could be a problem just for not being able to slow down quickly enough. But we'll see. I'm going to... why is there two decouplers? Oh, does that have a built-in decoupler? I didn't realize that. Interesting. Hopefully they slow down quickly enough, because I don't have like any drogue chutes or anything. I wonder if I'm gonna hit land or the water. I'd rather hit the water because I don't have any, oh geez. See, it's getting very hot. Looks like I'm okay. I'm through it. Oof. It's looking like I'm gonna hit land. Although I might end up hitting water. Oh. I should be fine either way. The return to Kerbin 2. Well, most missions end in a return to Kerbin, so there's going to be quite a few of those. Okay, this piece comes off. So yeah, this thing actually has its own little heat shield built in, which I didn't know when I was using it. It might have actually been enough on its own, but I'm not sure. I would really like for that parachute to deploy already. There we go. Ooh, that was a big explosion. There's the moon. That's where we just were. There's some piece of debris flying by. I hope this thing doesn't, like, roll away. Okay. Actually, can I do a crew report on the surface here? Oh yeah, my last crew report was nothing, so yeah, I will overwrite it. Keep 1.5 science. I mean, it's something. Could do an EVA. Out. And EVA report, 2.4 science. I mean, it's not nothing. Can I get back in, actually? Ooh. I can if I maybe... There we go. Okay, so now I can recover and see what we got. We got 163.6 science earned. Ball. Yeah, it was pretty much just a ball. So I'm at a total of 207 science now. I'm not sure where the other 40 or science came from, but I guess I get science from recovering... Well, it's listed here, though. Recovery of a vessel returned from flyby of moon. 12 science. Okay, well... I recovered some money from the parts. And crew, Bob... And Bob leveled up, and Jebediah gained some experience. Okay. Now let's see what mission control. So, explore Kerbin. We need to test our rendezvous capabilities. Park 2 vessels next to each other around Kerbin. Okay. Well... Yeah. I mean, that would make sense as kind of a next thing. I was just watching a dude make a B-29 in Kerbal. Yeah, I never actually did much with planes. I'm definitely more of a spaceship guy. I could do... Oh, geez, I have tourists that want to fly by the moon. These guys just want suborbital. I'm just thinking I could do this for money, although my money is doing very good. This other stuff is really just for money. What I really, you know, it's the Kerbin World First Record Keeping Society that kind of gives you like the progression missions. So what they're saying to do is to rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit, which is not too hard, but it's a little pricey because I have to actually send up 2 separate ships. I probably won't use this one again, because actually, how much does this guy cost? Oh, over here. Almost 20,000. But if I look at my, like, go to space rocket, much simpler. 15,000. So actually, it's not like super cheap in comparison. I'm gonna actually change this to rendezvous rocket. Rendezvous rocket. And get rid of the science, because I don't need the science. I don't need the antenna. Actually, I can't remember. Did the go to space rocket actually get into orbit? I don't actually remember now. I think it did. Pretty sure it did. I mean, I could always just slap on another fuel or more boosters or something. How many parts? 21 out of 30. For the rendezvous, I do want to have lots of extra fuel, so I think I might... What I'm going to do is I'm just going to slap on extra boosters. 29 parts out of 30. I'm going to set them to... I mean, for such a small ship, I might just set the boosters at 60. Because I don't want it to, like, overpower it too much. Rendezvous rocket. Yeah, I might just try this. If this gets into orbit, then getting a second one to rendezvous with it would not be too hard. Although I should actually see what are the requirements for the rendezvous. Within visual range of each other. Okay. I mean, that's kind of subjective. I'm not sure what exactly that means, but... Well, let's just see if we can get into space with this thing. And if we do, we'll just send up a second one, and easy peasy. Does this have a heat shield? It does. It has a little bit of a blader. Oh yeah, this should get into space no problem. I mean, get into orbit no problem. What's my... yeah. Honestly, these boosters might take a little too long to run out, actually. I might have to start turning over before they actually run out. Uh-oh. I don't want to go too high. Come on, run out. Run out. Run out. Run out, please. Okay, let's get rid of these. Yeah, I went much higher than I was hoping. But, you know, it would have been better to put some of that speed into my orbit instead of just going straight up. Looks kind of cool. But, I mean, it is what it is. I can see if I can get something out of this here. Might as well wait until I'm close to the top. And just start going at it. I mean, this will get into orbit. It's just a matter of, is it a good orbit for doing a rendezvous? Which... I mean, I guess it would be. I'm going to try and put the second one into a lower orbit if I can. Uh-oh, I'm not actually... The engine's not actually powerful enough. Come on. Give me a little boost. Little boost. There we go. That was too much of a boost, of course. Okay. I just need to get my periapsis high enough. I'm gonna try and circularize it. That's probably good enough. Okay. So, Jebediah is in space. Now I need to go back to the Space Center. And I need to launch another one of these. This time with Valentina. So I don't want to go to space, I want Rendezvous Rocket. But now Valentina, which will be good for her because she's going to get some experience. It's always good to have a few experienced pilots so that you can have a few missions on the go. Once I start doing things like building space stations where I have like Kerbins just in space, like permanently more or less, I'm going to definitely have to start hiring more. But until then, Jebediah and Valentina should be enough. They'll definitely be enough to do this rendezvous, so we'll see. Geez, that's huge. You mean the rocket? It's kind of a thick one. It's a bit stocky, but oh, believe me, they get big. They'll get very, very big. This is tiny compared to, you know, if I was going to be going to like Duna, the Mars analog. That would need a pretty big rocket. The problem with using so many boosters is that it's pretty hard to control. Boosters are cheap and powerful, but they are pretty hard to control, which is kind of an issue. But that'll be okay. I don't need necessarily... Ooh. Okay, I want to jettison those. Okay, that's good. My apoapsis is lower. So basically, to do the rendezvous, I'm going to try and get into a lower orbit and catch up. I should have actually waited for him to kind of do an orbit and then be back overhead, but I wasn't really thinking. This launch actually went much better. Normally you want to start turning over a bit sooner so that you can put more of your energy into attaining orbit and less into just going straight up, which is kind of the issue with this rocket. But it works. I'm gonna start circularizing. My orbital plane is a bit off. I'm gonna try and straighten that out a little bit. I think it's a little better. I'm gonna wait until I'm a little closer. Your apoapsis is where you want to circularize as close to your apoapsis as possible. Since it's your highest point, it's the most efficient place to put the energy into your orbit as opposed to putting energy into going up or down. Now you don't want to get too close though, because you don't want to pass your apoapsis. If your engines aren't powerful enough, you might accidentally pass your apoapsis and then start falling again. And once you start falling, it's very hard to actually maintain an orbit, or to get into orbit, I should say. I'm almost there. Very close. So yeah, this rendezvous will actually be pretty easy. I think. I hope. I mean, it'll be similar to when I did the Apollo mission. I had to do a rendezvous around the moon. I had to rendezvous the lander back with the command module. It's the same general idea here. So I want this orbit to be as low as possible, because the lower your orbit, the faster you are actually going, whereas the higher your orbit, the slower. So because I need to catch up with him, in order to be going faster than him, I need to be in a lower orbit. Oh. I just passed my apoapsis, which is a no-no, but I'm already in a high enough orbit that it's fine. Okay. So, basically now I just fast forward time until I'm caught up to him. And if I wanted to speed things up, I could even lower my orbit slightly, you know, because 70 kilometers is the height of the atmosphere. But I'm just gonna see. Okay, now I'm catching up pretty quickly here. It's only been about an hour and a half, which I mean it's not that bad. Rendezvous like this in real life can take days sometimes. So actually, I don't actually have the orbit planner thingies yet. Oh shoot. I selected Kerbin as my focus, which is not what I want. Yeah. That's where I want to go. What did I do? There we go. Well, I don't want this to be my focus either. Though I do want to set it as my target, for sure. Okay. I want my current ship to be my focus. I kind of screwed that up, but whatever. So, I can probably start speeding up here, because I'm pretty close. I want to be pretty close, but not quite on top of him. So, yeah, that's bringing our rendezvous point closer. How close am I now? 71, 66, 64, 60, 55, 40... 13, 11, 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.9, 3.8 seems to be where it's kind of going. So I mean 3.8, that's very close. That's more than close enough to get a pretty decent rendezvous. So there's Jebediah, so we'll be able to kind of watch him come in. We can look on the map how we're slowly running into each other here. Once I get closer, I can start to kind of fine-tune things. So... actually, how do I want to handle this? So what I want to do is I want to kind of start redirecting myself a little bit more in their direction. 3.7, 3.6, 3.5, 3.4, 3.2. I think 2.5 kilometers is visual, is what they consider to be like a visual distance. So, if I can manage that, then I probably pretty much got it. 2.7, 2.7, 2.6. So if you're wondering, down here, the pink is the direction of the ship that I'm targeting, and the yellow is the direction that I'm actually going. Or I suppose this is retrograde, so it's actually away. And 2.5, so that's actually within... I think that's within visual... Okay, 2.4 is definitely within visual. 2.4. I can fine-tune this a little more once I'm a bit closer, but it's more efficient to do these sorts of things the further away you are. That's just how orbital mechanics works. The further away... I mean, because, it's... If you think about it in terms of, like, if you are on a boat, is it more efficient to travel in a straight line to your destination, or is it more efficient to travel in a straight line to the wrong destination, and then once you reach the wrong destination, turn, and then go to your actual destination, right? So the further away you are is when you want to make those course corrections for maximum efficiency. Just found the channel, and already I'm loving it. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that you found it, and I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Right now I'm just working on, I have a contract to do a rendezvous. Why are you ignoring me? I wasn't aware that I was ignoring... Oh. Okay, sorry, you're Nuke Alaska. I'm not sure, well, there is no Alaska in this game, so I'm afraid I can't actually do that. No, your comments were being blocked for spam, is what was happening. I wasn't seeing them. I wasn't ignoring you, I just wasn't seeing them. I mean, you could... Chat isn't loading? Are you sure chat's not loading? I'm still seeing it. Why in-game, though? I'm not sure what you mean by in-game. You mean you want me to nuke Alaska in real life? I'm not sure I have that authority. Yeah. I mean, you can make missiles and stuff in this game. It's just, there's no nuclear warheads, though, so it wouldn't be too exciting. Okay, so this rendezvous is... Oh! Oh, it's already triggered. Really? This counts as a rendezvous? Where even is the other ship? Over there. I mean, we're still miles away, really. Because... The mission said we had to be within visual range, which I guess we are, just barely. I can kind of see the glimmer of the sun off that ship. And then it said we had to cancel out our velocity, but we definitely did not cancel out our relative velocities. So... I guess we were just within the bounds of the... you know, what they allowed. But I mean, I can get a perfect rendezvous here. It's not that hard. Once you're this close, getting a perfect rendezvous is pretty easy. How close is that actually going to get us? 1.4. Where are you heading? Where am I heading? I'm just heading towards this ship. So I'm still just working on that rendezvous. So Jebediah is over in this ship here. I got Valentina piloting this one currently. And I actually already completed the mission, because it was pretty lenient in terms of what it considered to be a rendezvous. But I'm just going to see how close I can actually get before I send them home. Am I out of power or something? Oh, I am out of power. Crap. Well, so much for that. That's not what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting this to kind of be messed up by running out of power. But I'll be about 1 kilometer away. I mean, if I fire my... This is why you don't leave your stability assist on when you're not using it, because it'll just eat up your power. Just something you gotta keep in mind. Because I mean, I can fire my rockets for a little bit of power, but the problem is every time I do that, it's gonna kind of throw off my, you know, trajectory a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna be about 1 kilometer apart, which is not bad. I mean, obviously, if it was a space station and I wanted to dock to it, then 1 kilometer away is not ideal. But you know, it is what it is. Okay, I was gonna say I have enough power to move a little bit again, but I screwed that up by moving, and then I'm out of power. Now, the next thing I unlock should definitely be solar panels. Because once you start getting into these longer missions is when you start to run out of power. And that gets annoying pretty quick. Which is going to make things a little hard. I was going to try and do like a perfect rendezvous, but now that I have no power... I mean, I guess I could switch over to Jebediah and do it that way. That might be the way to do it. I can control Jebediah here, and then I can... target rendezvous. And then just start heading towards it ever so slowly. There we go. Now it's our rendezvous point. Still says 0.9. I mean, we're already closer than 0.9 though. Over here it says 0.4. I don't want to go too fast now because I don't want to like crash. So I'm actually going to start doing this from the other way around. 0.1 kilometer separation. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to shut my stability assist off because I don't want to run out of power again. Okay. I'm just gonna float on in. Sucks to be on the dark side. That is one thing that kind of sucks about this game, is that like half the game is spent in darkness. I mean, once you start getting lights and stuff, it's not so bad, but until then, it's a bit tricky. Because, yeah, I don't want to get too close here. I mean, this is honestly already just about close enough. Am I docking? No. I don't have, I don't actually have, like, docking ports yet. But, I mean, I would be able to dock if I had them here. This is just a rendezvous. So, I mean, it's what I would have to do to dock. But I just don't actually have docking ports yet. So like I can fly over to the other ship here. And like, yeah. But yeah, I mean this fulfills the contract. So that's really all that I actually need to do here. I just wanted to see just how far I could go. So actually, while I'm in space, I'm going to check just to see if there's any new contracts that I might be able to do now. Probably not, but it's worth checking. Because sometimes once you actually accomplish something, you instantly are able to get new contracts that, well, you're still where you are. Yeah, here we go. Transfer any crew between vessels near Kerbin. I can probably do this right now just by having them like swap ships. So I'm going to see if I can actually do that. Accept. And the rest of this is just ferry tourists and stuff. Yeah. I don't need money right now, so I'm not going to worry about doing any of those missions. Yeah, welcome to the tracking station. Do I really not have any debris? It's kind of surprising. Anyway, I want to fly the rendezvous rocket. I guess most of my debris... I don't really have any debris that's been stuck in orbit, I guess. Okay, so Valentina. you are going to stand outside. And throw your light on just to make things easier. EVA, throw the light on. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get Jeb to let go. And then as he floats away, I'm going to get Valentina to go over and jump in his ship. And I think that should constitute a crew transfer and satisfy the mission. And it did. Yep. So now Jebediah might as well just head on over into Valentina's ship. So I guess this is kind of like a proof of the rendezvous. They each launched in one ship and they're coming back in the other's ship. Okay, so I'm gonna hop in. And good. So now, actually, I might as well just head home. Especially since the day side's coming up. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to... Can I cancel... Yeah, cancel the target. Oh, this is a ship with no power, isn't it? Shoot. That's kind of sucks. Well, in that case, maybe I'll just send Valentina home first. Cancel the target. And I'm just gonna start slowing down. Goodbye. Alright, I mean that's... I might lower my thing a little bit more. But that's more than enough. So I might as well just ride this down, and then once Valentina's down, then Jebediah can come down. Okay. So... Actually, I don't actually need this part of the rocket anymore. So I'm just going to ditch that. And Valentina can head on home. Hopefully nothing will go wrong here. Nothing should go wrong here, because I mean everything... This is a pretty standard re-entry, so as long as I don't mess it up somehow, we should be good. Okay, this will be Valentina down. Then I'm just gonna have to head back up and get Jebediah down. I'm pretty sure they fixed this many years ago, but I instinctively slow down the time warp as the parachute deploys, because in like the very early versions of the game, if you had the parachute deploy while you had the time warp on, it would just rip off. It wasn't very fun. I'm assuming I have a EVA sample of whatever biome this is, but just to be sure. EVA report. Yeah, I already got it. Okay. Board. I'll do the crew report too, just to be safe. Yeah, I already got it. Okay. Recover. Okay, so I didn't get any science or anything from that. Actually, I did. I had a whole bunch of science for my moon mission that I didn't spend. I probably could have spent that to make building these rockets a little easier. Oh well. Well, I did get 1.7 science. Recovery of a vessel returned from Kerbin orbit. Yeah. Crew. And yeah, so Valentina leveled up, which means she's a bit more useful as a pilot now. And I'm going to get Jebediah down. Jebediah is slightly tricky just because his ship doesn't have any power. So thankfully not having power doesn't stop me from turning the engines on, but it does stop me from pointing the ship in the right direction, so I'm just gonna have to kind of let it happen on its own, which actually it's right about where I need it to be. So that's good. Pointed right there. So I'm just gonna have this slightly dip down into the atmosphere. Not too steep though, just so that I end up on the day side, preferably. That should be good. And time warp. Got the nice sunset. And I can eject from that. Don't need that anymore. And fast forward. Let's see where I'm heading. Okay. I just prefer to land on the day side. As long as I get that much, then I'm pretty happy. Actually, I'm going to slow this back down so that this wobble can kind of work itself out. There we go. There goes that. So this is probably my most successful mission so far. I didn't have any failures. I didn't have anything go wrong. That worked out pretty well, actually. I'm actually gonna probably end up over the land here. Okay. Coming down. I'm actually going through my blader. It should be more than enough though, because I don't even know if I actually need the heat shield, because I'm going slow enough and shallow enough that it's not really a problem. The main issue in this game with landing over land is that since the land can be much higher than sea level, you don't have as much time to slow down before hitting the land than you do with the water. Because, I mean, this land is clearly well above sea level here. So, like, I'm much closer to the ground deploying the parachute than I can see the ocean under the land. Okay, interesting. Okay. And we're down. That's both Kerbals recovered. That's the rendezvous mission. Are there any civilian areas in KSP like cities? No. There are some other points on the map, but they're all like there's other like space centers that you can launch from. There is an island with like an abandoned airbase on it, but there's no like cities or anything. I think that's actually something that they're planning for KSP 2. I'm not sure if it's actually implemented or not. I haven't actually really been following KSP 2 because like my computer has no hope of running it. So until I'm able to get a better computer, I'm not too concerned with KSP 2. They might have kind of fixed it. I know when they first launched it, it was performing terribly. So things might be better now, I'm not sure. KSP 2 is extremely buggy from what I've heard. Yeah. Yeah. It would be nice to be able to make videos on it just because it's kind of the new thing, you know? But from what I've heard, it's buggy and really bad performance and all that kind of stuff. I don't actually have any new record contracts. Normally, oh wait, yes I do. Here it is. Explore the moon. We'd like you to go to the moon and stay there in a nice stable orbit. Okay, so this is just orbit the moon. Not even land yet. I'm still not at land on the moon. Orbiting the moon is a little tricky because you just need that much more fuel. So I'm gonna have to think about what I want for my upgrades here. I could do miniaturization, which would give me the docking ports, which would be useful because with docking ports you can kind of assemble a bigger ship in orbit instead of launching it all in one go. Space exploration. The hitchhiker storage container is great for tourist missions. You can just pile in a bunch of tourists in there and take them wherever they want to go. Rove Max wheels, work lamps, that stuff is good for if you want to do a rover. I haven't actually done anything with the handheld experiments they have in the game now. I haven't really touched on that at all. Advanced flight control. Okay, that gives me the bigger command pods, which might be good. Okay, it also gives me like RCS, so like rocket control thrusters. Better stabilizers, the lander can. Okay. Landing. I'm not quite at landing yet, but I'm going to definitely need this stuff soon. How much is each of these? 90. So I can afford 2. I can afford to unlock 2 of these. The plane stuff, I don't care so much for the plane stuff. What is this? Advanced construction. That could be useful. Fuel systems. Well, propulsion systems. The like mini engines and stuff can be good. Heavy rocketry. I might want to do heavy rocketry just so I can unlock the better boosters and the better, or the bigger boosters and the bigger engines. I might do that. And there's heavier rocketry. So I might do that and then fuel systems for just the bigger stuff. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna just check here, do I have any other... I mean, if I had tourists that wanted to go to the moon, I could even include them on this mission. Like, this guy wants to fly by the moon. They just want to go into space, but... I mean, they could come along to the moon, even. Like... science data... Okay, this is just space around Kerbin... Okay, yeah, trivial. That wouldn't be bad for a few extra bucks. Why, they all want to fly by the moon. It all depends if I can build a ship with enough extra space for all the tourists, then I might just bring some along for the extra money. I mean, I'm not hurting for money. And actually, before I accidentally run out of money somehow, I might upgrade this, because right now I can do 30 parts, which is pretty limiting. So I'm going to do that. So now I got 255 parts, and then the next upgrade's unlimited, but 255 parts, I don't see myself going over that. This I might upgrade if I need to. This... Unknown object tracking, that's asteroids, so I can unlock asteroids for... I think you can mine asteroids. Mission control upgrade required for... Wait, which one's... Okay, this is mission control. So if I upgrade this, I get flight planning, which I don't quite need just yet, but it's going to come in handy very soon. And I can also accept more contracts at a time. Kerbal EVAs can collect surface samples. I'm gonna want that before I land on the moon, but I'm not landing on the moon just yet. Astronaut complex. Don't really need that yet. So yeah, so I can do 7 contracts now. So I could take on a bunch of tourists. I might not be able to build a ship big enough for a whole pile of tourists just yet, but that might be soon. The one that was just like do science data from around Kerbin. I mean, this is super simple. I get 5 years to do it. Like, I might as well just do this. And the rest are all like tourists. Yeah. Or something specific that I'm not going to be doing. So... yeah, so my mission is to orbit the moon. So my moon rocket is okay, but it didn't have enough fuel. I'm gonna call this one Moonship 2. It didn't have enough fuel to actually reach the moon and orbit it. So, I'm not sure... Oop. I accidentally clicked off the game. I'm not sure if I want to totally rebuild it. But what I will do is I'm going to rebuild... Actually, first of all, did I unlock any new science? No. Okay. So what I will actually do is probably get rid of this whole bottom part. And then do like an adapter. So that I can do bigger engines. I'm just checking for which engines are the bigger ones. I mean, I could even go this big. Well, hold on, what engines do I have first of all? I got the Bobcats. The Skipper liquid fuel engine, is that for this? No, that's for the even bigger ones. This is super powerful, but the question is how efficient is it? Engine ISP is 280 at sea level. and 320 in vacuum. This one is 290 at sea level, 310 in vacuum, so very similar actually. This one is 90 at sea level and 350 in vacuum. So yeah, I could maybe just go for something like... I'm just wondering, do I have anything longer? Like, I might even just do this one, and then a bunch of these. Do I really not have a longer version of this? I guess not. So yeah, I don't actually know how many of these I need. I'm kind of going off of like just kind of guessing here. But I mean, that's got to be more fuel than what I had. Well, actually, I can just compare it. I had 3 of those small tanks, which would be... How much fuel's in one of these things? Liquid fuel 180. How much fuel's in one of these? Liquid fuel 405. So each of these is over 2 of the one I had before. So yeah, that's a lot of fuel. I think this will make it. And actually, how do the engine strengths compare? So swivel is... At sea level is about 170 kilonewtons. This at sea level is 290. No, that's ISP. What is it? 374 kilonewtons. Yeah, so it's like double, more than double. I think this ship will reach the moon. I'm pretty confident. I'm gonna throw a couple boosters on the sides, just for good measure. What's the new one? Okay, I got this big one, and I got this one. Which one do I want? Ooh, this one's a lot more expensive. Because it has a lot more fuel. I'm guessing these ones are probably enough. Really, these are mainly just to help me get off the launch pad, really. This might actually kind of be overkill. I'm not quite sure actually if this is like too little or too much. I'm kind of leaning towards too much, but we'll see. We'll do a test run. Okay, instead of Bill, I do want Bob, so that he can reset the experiments. I should probably just give this a test, just so that I know what I'm dealing with. Do. Nighttime launch, but whatever. Ooh, I probably should have thrown some struts on that. But we'll see. Maybe even some fins, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I mean, so far so good. I just hope when I eject these boosters they don't bump into things and blow stuff up. Oh, whoa. Okay, that's a problem. Revert flight, vehicle assembly. So, structural struts. These guys... Come on, whoops. No, hold on. Okay, that's not what I want to double that so that I get it on both sides here. And then I want to just attach it in here somewhere. Kind of like... I kind of wanted to just attach it straight on, but it's not going to let me do that. But like that. It's actually very high. That's a lot higher than I was expecting. I just kind of want it to be out of the way. Whatever, I'll do that. Save that. So that'll help stabilize things. And then I will probably put some fins on. Aerodynamics. I mean, I could even do like winglets just to add extra control ability to the rocket. I think these ones are controllable, right? They look controllable. Yeah, active control, that's what I want. And I think, I mean, I could slap some nose cones on these. I have a feeling that this will be better. Let's give that a launch, see what happens. You see the launch pad now has like the flame diverters and stuff. It's pretty cool. I mean, this is going pretty good, because, like, the amount of fuel I have on this second stage is crazy. The only problem, once, you know, using these big parts, I just gotta remember that, you know, I kinda gotta keep things within a budget, because I'm only making so much money off of these. Come on, whoa, 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 don't flip around all crazy like that, please. The ship is kind of long, so it's very wobbly, which is not so great. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until I'm above the atmosphere here. One thing I should have done actually is, or there is batteries on this, right. I was gonna say I should have thrown some batteries on this, but we should be okay. I want to get into position here. As soon as I'm above the atmosphere, I'm just gonna go do my orbital insertion. Well, actually, right now I'm just gonna do like the crew report, so that I don't forget for that random mission that I accepted. Where is the moon? Okay, the moon's actually over here, so I'm gonna have to do like almost a full orbit around. So I haven't even touched my upper stage yet. So I should be pretty good, I think. The wobble is very annoying though, trying to keep this stable. It's just too long, and like my I have one little stabilizer at the front there. So it's not ideal. Just need to move up a little bit here. Okay, and then separate. And we're done. We're in orbit. So now I just have to do a loop around the planets so that I can wait for the moon to rise. When the moon is rising on the horizon, that's when you want to burn, and then that's roughly the trajectory you need to be on. So I'll be doing pretty good. Okay, it's either just above the horizon now, or it's just about to be. Yeah, there it is. I'm going to flip this around to my prograde. And then I'm going to start firing. And I have way more fuel this time, so I'll be able to get into orbit and get close up so that I can collect all that science and everything, and it'll be good. I do want to try and get as close as I can here. $56,000, that's pretty good. Okay. So, now I basically just have to head to the moon. And off I go. Okay, so my periapsis on the moon is 56,000, which I think is pretty good. I think that'll count as being low, which is what I want for science, because I already collect science high above the moon. Now I need to collect it close to the moon. I'm again going to be on the dark side, which is a little bit annoying. Like, you can kind of see, you can see that the moon's there. You can't really see much detail. Okay, so I need to flip around, do a retrograde burn to slow myself down. So that I'll be technically in an orbit. Good. And that does the world's first milestone. So now I'm going to do the material study 75 science, that's pretty good. Open this up. I'm gonna do the goo. 30 science. And then I'm gonna do the barometer. 36 science. Then I'm gonna do the thermometer. 24 science. And then I also have to do a crew report, but I am actually gonna have to pop out to collect the crew report before I do another one. And I'm gonna actually hop back in and then do the new crew report. Keep that. And then Bob's gonna hop back out. Take and store the new crew report. Okay, so then he has to go over here and collect the data and restore, and then here collect the data and restore, and then from the, it's too far away, take the data from the barometer, take the data from the thermometer, and then do a EVA report. Oh, come on. Grab and board. No, come on. Come on. Board. There we go. You can still see Kerbin off in the distance. We're coming along to the day side of the moon. So I actually do have all the science that I need to collect here, so I can actually just leave now. Although, before I do leave, I want to go check to see if any new contracts opened up that I can fulfill before heading home. Mission control. Rescue. Oh, I'm starting to get the rescue missions. So the rescue missions are actually a pretty good way to get more Kerbals, because normally you have to pay to recruit them. But if you do these rescue missions, then you get them for free once you rescue them. So I'll probably end up doing a few of those. Let's all just ferry... Bring a moonstone back with me. Well, I'm not quite there yet. It would be nice to do for the money, but I'm not quite there ready to land on the moon just yet. Anyway. I can fly this, so I can actually just head home now. Go back to prograde. And break orbit. Is this increasing or decreasing? It's increasing. That's not really what I want. Okay. So, I can just head out of here now. Can watch the moon. There's the moon. There's the giant crater. I'm not sure at what point I'm high above the moon. This must count as high above the moon, so I'm gonna do... let's do... Can I not do another crew report? What? Oh. There we go. I was still... fast forwarding. Crew report. Okay, I get nothing out of that because I already did it. Do I get anything out of this? 10 science, and anything out of the goo? 4.6. Well, it's something. Anything out of an EVA report? No. When will I post again? I'm assuming you mean a video? Post a video again? Hopefully soon. I'm hoping to maybe have one up tomorrow, a new video. So, I'm not entirely sure. All right. Now I'm technically far away from Kerbin, so I could try another material study. 1.8 science is not much, but 0.8 science is not much, but it's something. EVA report 0. Okay. Come here. Collect, restore. Collect, restore. Okay. Okay, so now I actually want to lower my orbit so that I just head on back. I don't want to intercept the moon again. That would be bad. Well, it might not necessarily be bad if it puts my orbit where I need it to be, but... Okay, that should be good. It's time to head on back. Goodbye, moon. Goodbye. Hi, Kerbin. Okay. I think I pretty well have all the science I need, like, to satisfy that one mission. I'm just gonna see if I can do another goo. 5.5? Might as well. 2.3? I mean, this will probably be 0, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pop them out. Alright, come on. Let's do an EVA report. Oh, it's above a new biome, so I get the full 8. That's not bad. Collect. Collect. I'm not going to bother restoring it this time since I'm about to re-enter. Okay. And I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to detach. Honestly, after all that, I kind of want to just quick save just to be extra safe. So I'm going to attach and then just head on in. I'm on the night side right now, but I'm hoping I'll make it over to the day side. It's time to start really slowing down. I should get a lot of science from this mission. Oh no. Uh-oh, I popped back out of the atmosphere. I'm gonna have to do a second pass. Whoops, I shouldn't have ejected my engine. Oh well. They just get to do another orbit. What are you doing now? I've just been listening. I'm just about to return. I'm returning from the moon, and I was about to land, but I didn't slow down quite enough, but I already ejected my engine, so like I kind of skipped off the atmosphere. It didn't slow me down enough, so I have to do another pass. But this next pass should do it, so the guys are going to be in space for another couple hours, or another couple days, maybe. Hello, ya boy Bubby. Ya boy Bubby. Okay, time for the second pass through the atmosphere. This one should do the trick. I hope. This is just what'll happen if you're going too fast. So for your new gaming channel that I subscribe to, are you going to move KSP streams over there or keep them here? I haven't decided with KSP. Because KSP kind of has relevance to this channel, so I might keep them here. My other gaming channel, what I'm hoping to do with that is just kind of play games that are less related to the content of this channel. So this channel having a sort of space science-y theme. You know, my other channel I might... One thing I'm considering doing is maybe LEGO Star Wars. Maybe even like RimWorld is one I might do. Probably just a bunch of different things. Do you have the new LEGO Star Wars game? I would love to see that. No, actually, I don't have the new one. So probably what I'm going to do is maybe do like a comparison. Like, I'll do a series of the original and then a series of the new one. Or a live stream. I'm not sure if I'm going to mostly do live streams or if I'm going to do more like edited series. I haven't quite decided yet. The original LEGO Star Wars might just be a live stream, or well, a few live streams, so that I can go through the whole game, and then I might do a series, or even still just live streams on the new one. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do, and I'm not sure when I'm going to start that up. I was considering starting that up soon, but I have some things going on over the next month that might delay it. How will you deorbit the small little pod? So my orbit actually brings me within the atmosphere. It's just that I'm going so fast that it's going to take multiple passes. So it's going to take them several hours. Each pass through the atmosphere, they slow down a little bit more. I ejected my engine too early. I should have waited. They will eventually slow down enough to land, but it's going to take some time. So you post like casual games. Yeah. My gaming channel is definitely going to be more casual. More like just, you know, this is what I feel like playing, or this is what people have requested I play. It'll be less about theming or anything like that. Like this channel, I'm kind of trying to maintain the themes somewhat. which is why I might leave like KSP streams here for now. I might move them to the gaming channel if that becomes more established. But for the time being, I'll probably leave them here. And any other games like Universe Sandbox or something like that that's more relevant to this channel, I'll probably leave here. And then my gaming channel will be more so for people that are more interested in just like just gaming in general, not so much about theming. Like I might even do, I'd like to maybe even do like Minecraft, although that's obviously pretty saturated. What other stuff might I do? Depends. I'll probably try to take a lot of input on what people would like to see. So I'm not entirely sure exactly what it's going to be like. I think it's going to be, well, I actually I don't really know what it's going to be, to be honest. I'll just try different games, see what gets views, what doesn't, and kind of go from there, really. And then, like, the uploads on this channel are going to be more so edited, scripted things. Maybe with the occasional, like, Kerbal Space Program live stream or something. My gaming channel will just be much more, just much more casual. That's the plan, anyway. Man, this is awful. This is taking so long. I think this might be it, though. This might be it. If not, it'll only be one more pass, but no, no, this is it. This is the one. I think. I mean, he is coming back out, but he's still in the atmosphere. Things are falling. If that falls below 70, then we're good. Yep, okay, we're good. Oops. We're good. This is the final pass. But yeah, I used to do some gaming stuff on this channel. I had a Lego Star Wars series that I intended to 100%. It didn't get there, sadly. But I would like to do that again. I also experimented with different Minecraft series. They didn't get a lot of views, although they did get quite a few positive comments. A lot of people liked my commentary style, as opposed to, you know, kind of really fast speaking loud types. I'm much more on the slower, quiet side, so some people commented that they enjoyed that. So, you know, I might try stuff like that again. But yeah, it'll mostly just be whatever gets views, really. I'll just try some different things, see what sticks, do some polls, see what people are into, that kind of thing. One thing I really like to play is the new City Skylines when that comes out. That'll be pretty cool. KSP 2 eventually, if I ever get a computer that can run it, that'll be high on the list. You know, once it's in a more playable state than from what I hear it being currently. Looks like I'm coming over the desert. I don't think I've been to the desert before, so... I could actually try to maybe do a crew report. Oh, shit. Oh. Deploy the parachute. I don't want to do that too late, because I'm coming in pretty quick. I think my last crew report was just junk anyway, so I'm going to try a new one. Overwrite. Yeah, 3.5 science, that's not bad. I'm well above sea level though, right? That's something you kind of want to avoid because, you know, if you're landing on a mountain, you might not slow down in time before you hit the mountain. But if you're just a tiny little pod like this, you know, it's usually not too bad. There we go. So I'm actually going to have Jebediah pop out. That's interesting, his helmet's already off. Ooh. Something exploded. EVA report. Yep, because it's a new Kerbin's Highlands. Okay. Keep that. And I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to get him back in. I would like to get him back in. Come on. That's one problem with this ball. They don't, Come on. There we go. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. And recover. So I should be getting a lot of science. Let's see. Let's see. 259.8 science earned. That's not bad. So I now have a total of 325. So that will unlock me 3 more of the current level techs. I'm almost at 1 million funds and got some XP. And let's see what we got in here. Seeing city builder type games, that would be neat. Yeah, no, I love city builders. City Skylines 2 is definitely going to be played on my gaming channel. Even some other ones. It's not really a city build. It's not really a city builder, but I love like Prison Architect and some other games too. Banished, maybe. RimWorld is not really a city builder, but it's a similar sort of base builder, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. What upgrades should I do? I guess the upgrades I should do is really based off of the next thing. So explore the moon, land on the moon, plant a flag. So I'm going to accept this. They want me to plant a flag on the moon. Well, I'm going to be doing that anyway, so I might as well accept that. Science data from the surface of the moon. Well, again, I'm going to be doing this anyway, so I might as well accept that. Bring a moonstone back with you. I got 10 years to do it, so I might as well do it. I'm just worried I might not be able to find a moonstone, because I'm not quite sure. Science data from space around the moon. Yeah, might as well do that. Moonstone. I'm sure I can do this, so I might as well. And rescue fairy. Conduct temperature surveys. Ooh. The ones where you have to go to specific places I don't love so much, just because they can be very time consuming. But yeah, I got 5 contracts now, all to do with the moon. So that means I'm probably going to want to do landing. I'd say that one's pretty obvious. Get the good lander legs. Space exploration, maybe. Rove max, advanced flight control, miniaturization, electrics. Yeah, I'm gonna do electrics for the lights. Well, it leaves me with one more. Propulsion systems. I can get by without that. Advanced construction is useful, but I don't think anything here is really a necessity. Aerodynamics, I don't really need that for the going to the moon. Advanced flight control, space exploration. So yeah, this has like repair kits, storage units, ladders. I don't actually need ladders for the moon. I don't think. I think you can just fly around on the moon. Work lamps, miniaturization. I can get by without any of those. So we're at least between space exploration and advanced flight. I'm leaning towards advanced flight. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright. Okay, so I'd recommend Frostpunk. It's kind of a mix of a city builder and survival game. Yes, I definitely am interested in Frostpunk. It's just one of those things that's like it's never been on the top of my mind when it came, you know, when I was going to go play something, but that's definitely one that's going to be on my list. Because I've heard lots of good things about it. Yeah, so I'll definitely be kind of figuring the gaming channel out more in the coming weeks. I'm not sure when the first things will be up there. I'll definitely be posting on this channel. Probably it's just a community post once the gaming channel is up and running. I'll probably start things off with maybe a live stream or something like that. And yeah, that'll be that. And then, of course, this channel is still going to have, you know, scripted, more so like educational or just interest content, that kind of thing. I probably won't be doing any gaming videos on this channel in the future. Maybe sometimes live streams like this, but not uploaded videos. So yeah, that'll be that, so watch out for that. And I think I'm going to call this stream here because I'm almost at 2.5 hours, and I think 2 hours is kind of the range I want to go for these streams. That way they're still kind of watchable as VODs. You know, like a 4 or 5 hour live stream as a VOD is kind of a lot, but I think 2 hours is kind of a sweet spot for, it's a long enough stream, but it's also rewatchable for anyone who wants to watch it as a VOD. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching, and if there's anyone here not subscribed, subscribe if you would like to see more, and subscribe to my gaming channel if you would like to see some more gaming specific content. And yeah, I think I'm just going to call it here, and thanks for watching.